Emma the bad guy for publicly confronting a mother who would shame her 12-year-old daughter. Back in June, I was a chaperone for the 6th grade graduation party at our local elementary school. The attendees included probably 100 students, the 6th grade teachers, and a handful of parent and staff volunteers. Two of the 6th graders were a pair of twin sisters, whom I'll call Maddie and Katie. The girls are both average height, but their build differs by quite a bit. Maddie is average size, while Katie is a little heavy. The girl's mother, who also in attendance. Everyone was having a great time, but when food was served, tension started to rise. The twins' mother was relentlessly commenting about Katie's eating habits. First she said, "No, don't eat the whole cupcake. Cut in half." Katie did as her mother requested, and when she started to eat the remaining half of the cupcake, their mother immediately told her to wipe off the icing first. Maddie was permitted to eat a whole cupcake with all the icing, without their mother saying anything. Then a while later, the twins went with a group of friends to get pizza. Then their mother said to Katie in a rather loud whisper, "You are getting another slice of pizza?" and raised her eyebrows dramatically. After that, when the kids were getting potato salad, Mother tried to take the serving spoon away from Katie. Near the end of the party, ice cream was being served. Their mother loudly and forcefully said to Katie, "No, you can't have any. It's fattening and unhealthy, and you're already eaten more than enough." Then she turned to Maddie and said, "You can have ice cream. You're skinny enough." This conversation was loud enough that at last a dozen other 6th graders were able to hear it. Katie protested that it wasn't fair that everyone could have ice cream except for her. Their mother responded, "You can have ice cream when you lose at least 10 pounds. Enough was enough. I immediately confronted her and very loudly said that she was bullying and humiliating her child, that if Katie developed an eating disorder, it will be her fault, and that she is mean, rude, and judgmental. Mother got rather heated as well and snapped back. "You need to stay out of this." As Katie's mother, it is my job to make sure she loses weight and doesn't eat herself to death by age 30. Then she put her index finger into Katie's stomach and said, "Shame on you for eating so much." Mother and I argued for several more minutes, with her continuing to insist that it was none of my business. Later that evening, my husband also said that I should not have gotten involved. Or at least, I should not have confronted their mother publicly and undermined her paternal authority in front of her own kids. I disagreed, since she was so publicly criticizing and humiliating Katie. I believe it was fitting that I stood up for Katie in an equally public manner. I'm not the bad guy for getting involved in this situation that was none of my business. I'm not the bad guy for ignoring my roommate and potentially going against his demands. Me and my husband live in a 3-bedroom condo with 2 of our friends. They lived here for years before us, but offer us 2 of their bedrooms, one for us, one for our daughter. After their previous roommate moved out, we split everything 50-50 despite us only using the 2 bedrooms, the bathroom, and a small corner of the common area. When we moved in, they had 2 cats and a dog. We have 2 cats. This wasn't a problem. However, I wasn't made aware of the fact that the other older cat had a problem with pee making her territory. She peed in my daughter's room the first week we moved in, and they did nothing to stop it or clean it. I then learned that she marked the hallways and several places downstairs, and it was pretty clear that they never addressed it in any way. Now my female cat and their cat never got along and immediately hated each other. Because of this, my cat began to mark her territory in the same place their cat did. This became a huge issue for them, though I still can understand why, since they didn't care when it was their cat. I've introduced many solutions, like placing sound barriers around these areas to keep all of the cats away from it. This worked fine until my male roommate picked them up and threw them away. Naturally, my cat went back to marking their places. I have deep cleaned those places in every way imaginable, but because they let their cat get away with it for so long, I'm pretty sure it has soaked into the baseboards and subfloor. I mentioned to him a few months ago that I might need to place a little box under his desk where a lot of the major marking has occurred, and he said his only concern was his dog getting into it. I understood that. Well, he recently decided again that my cat is not allowed out of our bedroom for any reason because he's not dealing with cat peas anymore. I get a letterbox with a lid that his dog cannot get into and place it under his desk. At 4 in the morning, a couple days ago, he sent a text message to the group chat saying that he does not consent to his space being a bathroom, in a letterbox or otherwise, and that your cat needs to stay locked in the bathroom no matter what. He then tossed the letterbox onto the table when my kids ate and where her toys were. I never responded to this message, and I don't plan to. We haven't spoken to each other all since that message. Her mother begged for refusing to communicate with him through the text. That's the only time he's ever man enough to say anything to me, and I'm over it. So, what do you do if I let my cat out anyway? I really don't think it's fair that I've done anything I possibly could to fix where he messed up, and everything has been shut down or destroyed, and my girls is paying the price for it. I guess I just need an outside perspective. So, I'm the bad for not letting my brother, his wife, and 2 kids stay at my house. My older brother Gary and his wife Leslie and 2 kids are coming to my state, to which their oldest son graduate boot camp. He emailed me and said that they'd be dropping by on a certain date at a certain time. I assumed they just wanted to have lunch or something. Then I get an email with their special dietary requirements that their kids have and what they like for breakfast, snack, etc. I finally call him and ask what's going on, and he said, "Why staying in a hotel for a week when we can stay with you in a big house with a pool and a grill?" I said, "Well, mainly because I never asked to have 4 people staying with me. I don't mind my brother so much, expect he and his wife smokes all the time, and his wife swears a lot. I told them I don't allow smoking anywhere on my property, even outside because of the cigarette butts, which taking him off. Told him I'll give him a list of hotels in the town if that's what he wanted, or my girls and I could meet them for lunch somewhere. Nope, he wanted a free pass vacation and he called me the bad guy and told my family were all mad. When they started calling me and leaving nasty messages, I basically ignored them. I screened most of my calls. I don't like pushy family members, and it was pushy, but I'm wrong to not allow them to stay when they won't go by my rules. They'll be a bad role model for my girls to be around, which they definitely don't need, but who knows? I'm pretty sure what the answer is, but still, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy for telling my parents that my brother needing daycare at 12 years old is on them. I have a kid brother, Sebastian, who is 12. I'm 22 for context. We normally get along well, but right now Sebastian's is in a phase where he thinks he's cool to listen to anyone. Sebastian is still my brother and I love him, but sheesh, this kid can be really annoying right now. Sebastian used to go to an after-school summer program, but got kicked out recently. He's apparently been starting fights and giving the supervisor sleep all year, but Sebastian refusing to participate in PE by doing Zumba 2 weeks ago. It was the last straw. The program had the kids going Zumba for PE, has her word, and Sebastian didn't want to do it. The Zumba was only for 13 minutes, and they could do free play, but Sebastian refused to be a good sport. about it and ending up flipping off the supervisor and calling her a witch. Dad's been bringing Sebastian to work with him every day, but Sebastian will complain the whole time about being grounded, and the people in the neighbor have complained about Sebastian complaining. Bringing Sebastian to work will no longer be an option when school starts anyway. My parents have asked me if I can pick up Sebastian after school and have him stay at my house until mom can pick him up. My commute to work is on the same way to Sebastian's school, so they said it shouldn't be a big inconvenience and offered to pay a bit for grass. Mom and Dad say they don't trust Sebastian to be by himself because they think he's going to throw a party and trash the house or something. I could understand worrying about this if Sebastian were home alone for the weekend, but 2 hours after school until my mom gets off work, I don't think that's reasonable fear at all. I told them no, they keep pushing it because your brother needs this. I was admitted pretty rude in telling my parents that a middle schooler needing daycare is on them. He's 12 and isn't special needs. If they insist he needs this, then it's on them to handle that, not my problem. My parents both thought that they were simply asking for a favor, and though they could rely on family member, and that I had no excuse for speaking to them rudely like I did. I know I'm probably a bad guy for being rude, but I don't think they were being reasonable at all. So am I the bad guy here? Am I the bad guy for saying again after my sister announced that she's pregnant with twins? My sister has been married to her husband for 8 years. They already have 6 kids total, the last one born 5 months ago. Yesterday my sister had announced that she's 3 months pregnant with the twins, and while everyone was congratulating her, I said out loud, "Oh my god, again? Can't your stupid husband leave you alone?" I don't mean to say it out loud, but it slipped out and my sister looked at me angrily and literally dragged me into another room and asked, "What the hell did you say that?" I told her that she and her husband have been pregnant every year for the last 8 years and that she needs to take a break. I was worried about her having so many babies in such a short time, and I didn't want anything bad happen to her. She then said, "How about you leaving us alone and worry about your own shit? This is my life, so just hell off." My mother told me that I should apologize for being rude, but I told her that I won't apologize for showing concern. But now I just can't help thinking that maybe I was being a bad guy and sticking my nose into other people's business. I was just worried, but maybe I was being a jerk. Yes, I do babysit my sister's kids sometimes, and all 6 of them at the same time whenever they need me, I'm available. They paid me like $30-50 per hour, but their kids are pretty destructive and they don't respect other adults like they're supposed to. So it's a full chore watching after them. I'm aware that the stupid husband comment was inappropriate, but I have almost no filter and my stupid mouth says shit before my brain can stop it. And I've seen some comments talk about the ages and assuming my sister is 21. I'm 21, my sister is 32, and her husband is 33. I apologize to my sister for insulting her husband and making that rude comment, but I told her that I'm still wondering about her having so many kids back to back, and that just concern in general about her health and well-being. She actually forgave me, and she said it's because I'm her youngest sister. She knows about my problem with keeping my thoughts to myself and that I'm working on myself, and she knows that I'm concerning for her and she appreciated it. But she has assured me that she's fine and said that this pregnancy wasn't planned and her husband plans on getting a vasectomy because they both want this pregnancy to be the last. For those asking in the comments, she and her husband can afford to have kids. He runs a very successful business, and she is still co-partner with her best friend in a company that they both started before she got married. How she managed to judge being a full-time mom and work here and there is beyond me, but she does. That's why I babysit sometimes when the nanny isn't available 24/7. Her husband was the one who initially wanted a big family, and my sister just went along with the idea. But that's their business, I guess. So what do you think? Am I the bad guy here? Am I the bad guy for refusing to pay my mother-in-law for babysitting our toddler? My wife is turning 40 in 10 days. To celebrate, we're taking a 5-day vacation, just the two of us. It's the first time that she and I have been away like this as a couple since the birth of our son almost 4 years ago. We planned this trip months ago, and my wife asked her mom if she will be willing to come to our house and watch our son while we are away. Mother-in-law agreed right away. She is in her early 60s, but doesn't have a real job. She will do cleaning for her brother who owns a bunch of rental properties, and he pays her in cash. So it's not like she has a schedule she has to clear to stay with our son for a few days. Last weekend, my wife called mother-in-law to talk to her about our trip and to ask if there is anything mother-in-law will need. Want us to stock in the house as far as food or necessities. During the conversation, mother-in-law said that she will need $100 per day from us. This is the first time she ever brought up wanting to get paid to watch our son. My wife was caught off guard and just kind of agreed to it. But when she got off the phone and told me about it, I got upset. I told her that mother-in-law is taking advantage of the situation because she thinks we have no other options. I told her that it is bad that she's sprung this on us so close to our trip, and I don't think we should pay her anything. I said that I will call my parents and see if they can watch our son instead. My wife told me that mother-in-law wouldn't ask to sort of thing unless she needs the money, and that adding $500 to our vacation trip isn't that much of a big deal. I told her that's not about the money, it's about mother-in-law being sneaky and manipulative. I called my mom and asked her if they will be able to watch our son instead, and she jumped at the idea. Both my parents are recently retired, so they have plenty of free time and will love an extended grandson visit. I didn't explain the reason for the change. I just told them that things didn't work out with mother-in-law. I told my wife that my parents can watch our son instead and that she should call her mom and tell her that we no longer need her to babysit. She said that she didn't want to do that because mother-in-law was really looking forward to seeing our son. It has been over 6 months. I told her that if she was looking forward to it so much, she wouldn't be trying to swindle us out of $500. I told her if she didn't want to make the call, I would gladly do it. She reluctantly made the call herself, but it didn't go well. Mother-in-law got upset because we are now depriving her of seeing her grandson. My wife got emotional and ended up backtracking and said she will talk to me and see if we could work something out. After the call, she asked me if there was some way we could figure this out, and I told her we aren't changing anything again this close to our trip. She said maybe we could offer mother-in-law a lesser amount, but I reiterated that isn't about the money. It's about mother-in-law being sneaky and trying to take advantage of us. So what do you think?